Good morning, students. So, in today's economics class, we will study chapter 2, and this is people as resource. We have already learned about resource in class 8, and you know that people are the best resource because they are intelligent, they are knowledgeable, they are producer as well as consumer. So, people are the best resource. And we will study about different aspect of population or people in this chapter. Till now, we have always learned that population is, if large, always have a disadvantage. But in this chapter, we would learn that a large population is also very beneficial for the country. How? Because if there are more people, there will be more hands to work. And if everybody earns something, the national income will grow. So, these are the human resources which are very beneficial for the country. So, in this chapter, we will learn that population is, large population in fact, is an asset, not a liability. Liability means responsibility. Responsibility which has to be taken care of. No, large population is an asset which could provide you everything in future. But how can we turn this simple human into human capital? Because the first chapter we have read that there are 4 factors of production: land, labor, physical capital and human capital. In this chapter, we would learn about human capital, that is people. People as resource. Okay, now let's begin. Who are people as resource? People are as resource are those people who are actually earning something, doing something for their country. So, working people of a country are referred as people as resource. Here we have learned that they have the skill and the abilities also to learn, and different people have different abilities. If you are going to make a flat, you will not ask the labor what has the marks of class 9. No, you won't ask. If you are going to a doctor, then you would ask about his practice, how skillful he is in surgery. So different people have different skill and abilities. How it can be grown? It can be grown through education, training and medical care. Remember children, these 3 words are the key words for this whole chapter. Education, training and medical care. Fine. We can turn human to human capital by investment in them. Your parents are making investment in you. At the moment, you are not human capital because you are not earning. You are not helping in national income. You are a liability. You are taking all the things from your parents. So they are actually the earning member of the society. They are human capital. So this is a human process by which we change the human to the human capital, and it is 3 things: education, we have to educate them; training, to train them; and health, that is medical care. They should be properly healthy to work. If people are unhealthy, then they would be working less and they would be earning less. Even if whatever they are earning will be sent to the doctors. So the actual amount is less for the family. That way they become very poor. That's why education is important, training is important, and medical care is important. Understood? Now, let's take it all the 3 points separately. This is called human capital formation. I hope you have understood the first point, that that is human capital. That is people as resource. They are an asset. They are valuable for the country. Second point is how simple human can be turned into human capital. And this process of making them human capital is known as human capital formation. So when the question is asked, define human capital formation. It is given in your chapter, column 1, last para, that human capital formation is a process through which human are changed into human capital. How? By making investment in education, training and medical care, and they become human capital. Fine. Now we have to know that there are people who are educated, so they help indirectly to the society. If suppose everybody is educated in a colony and there is a heap of garbage, they would report it to the government authorities. They would post a picture in the newspaper and there will be uproar about it. Questions will be asked, and then somebody will come and collect the heap of garbage and the place will be clean. But if people are not educated, they are living in very small, congested slum areas, jhopris, juggies, then you could understand that there will be heap of garbage thrown by themselves and nobody will matter. Nobody will be worried why it is here. So those people who are educated, indirectly also they help the country. Fine. That's why education is very much important. And you know that when we go to the labor market, when we go to earn, the first point is asked how much you are educated. So naturally, an educated person earns more than an uneducated person. That's why education is important. Understood? Now we come to the second point, training. Training is very much important. You can take the class of computer. That is very, that way you could understand. So, from many times you have learned how to make a PowerPoint presentation. The steps are given in that book. Step 1, open the computer. Step 2, take photographs. Step 3, and so on. So it is already written, but you have never touched a computer throughout your life. Would you be able to do it when the program will be given? You learned, you passed your examinations, and you went in search of a job. In the company, the boss says, make a PowerPoint presentation on this topic. You are unable to do so. Though you have already passed an FIT, still you couldn't. Why? If you are not properly trained. So training is basically very important. When we become teachers, we are trained properly. There is course for 2 years course for that. How to become a good teacher. What are the points to control? So everybody, a doctor is trained many years. A lawyer is trained. These are skilled person. That's why training is very much important for population. Now the third point is medical care. So putting health as our first priority, we become good human capital. We earn more. Just suppose I come to the class and I tell you that today I'm having a fever. Please read yourself. Okay, you will do it for one day. Second day again I came. No, I'm unable to teach. Kindly do it yourself. Go through these points. Again, for 1 or 2 days you will do so. After a week, this news will go out. Ma'am comes to the class, never teaches. Why? She is ill. Someday, I'll be called by the authorities. And authorities will ask, Ma'am, why are you not teaching? Sir, I am not well. Okay, take leave. Take some sick leave. Go. I'll go. For that period, if I'm not earning, maybe some money will be deducted from my salary. After 2 months, 3 months, even if I keep becoming ill, I'm not healthy, what will the authorities do? They will remove me and I will be an unemployed person. So you could understand how health is important. So I am giving you example, and now you understood that 3 points are very much important for people as resource. How? They should be educated, they should be trained, and they should be healthy for working. This is human capital formation. Okay. Now we come to the next part. The next part is about how this human capital is made. There are two short stories given. You can read it out, the story of Sakal and the stories of Vilas. These two are example to tell you how education and training are important, how health is important. Both of the both the students are coming from a very rural area. Rural, rural, related to village, countryside. Fine. So these are people from village. They are poor. Both the families are poor. Now the difference is Sakal's parent want him to learn and Sakal also wants to learn. So taking hard work, doing hard work, he labors and become an educated person. In Vilas family, father is already dead, mother sells the fish, and Sakal is not healthy. Vilas is not healthy. He has arthritis. Arthritis is a problem of joint pain. So he suffers from arthritis. He is not interested in books. He never cares to study. So after some year, what happens? Sakal, on one hand, is educated, went to city, learned computer, so he's trained also, and he's healthy also. So he is working in a software programming center. Now here Vilas worked as a labor. His mother died after some years. He became a fishmonger. Fishmonger, a person who sells fish. Okay, so he is again. There is no change. So these two examples tells you how there is change in people if there is uh, education given to them, training proper given to them, and they are healthy. They could become an asset for the country. Asset which provides benefit. That is asset. My education is my asset. My jewelry is my asset. Land, properties, flats, these are assets which could bring money in future, which could help in when I am dire need. So these asset, people become asset. A large population is an asset. I hope you have understood this topic very clearly, that people are resource.